I really have no clear idea about how seriously you're supposed to take this kind of popular psychology and such. But there are some interesting things about this Jungian tradition, cognitive functions, simply because they seem to respond to how people actually do work, and when you test some theories they seem to work the way they're expected to. And the idea is basically that as a human you have 4 cognitive functions. They are common from every human being, and just that they work differently. Which one of them is dominant, and then the order of the other 3, and following specific patterns they are either introverted or extroverted, and also there are 2 different kinds of functions. The judging ones, those you make your actual decisions by, which is thinking and feeling, the so-called rational functions. And on the other hand, the perceiving ones, not involved in the actual decision makings, but the ones collecting information, supplying the machinery with some information about the surroundings. And this is sensing and intuition. Sensing is the most basic thing, I would say, because all animals do have some kind of sensory system, even if they do not have feelings, even if they do not think, even if they do not have imagination, they do have some kind of sensory system. And these are our 5 senses: eyesight, hearing, smell, taste, and this actual touching. So what's intuition then? If sensing is information, unfiltered information, or your perceptions, and it's very direct and uncomplicated, even if they can be misinterpreted. Intuition is more like an overview, like connecting different senses and comparing perhaps with your own knowledge about things, getting insights from that, seeing patterns and structures. Yeah, because we all love hidden structures, don't we? It becomes a mystery. And it's not so much just observing, like, screening. It's more, what does this mean, and possible outcomes of things, alternatives, the abstract part, you might say. And these functions, they have their way of working together according to some rather rigid system, which might see as an expression of some inner balance. Because balance is a good thing, you know. You should not be unbalanced. So if you need all these functions, and if your feelings are in leading position, then there must be some logical thinking in the other end, balancing them out, grounding them perhaps. And same with intuition and sensing. And one judging function, being extroverted, will automatically, by necessity, make the other one introverted. So one extroverted, the other will be introverted. This applies to thinking, feeling, as well as the intuition, sensing. So you will always have two extroverted and two introverted functions. And if your leading function is an extrovert one, then you are, by definition, an extroverted person. This will be your natural mode. And the same with introversion. So this will follow a specific pattern. If you are introverted, then all the respective to odd numbers will be the introverted functions, and even numbers extroverted. And the opposite with extroversion, then the odd numbers are the extroverted functions, and even numbers are the introverted functions. And to make an example, the leading function may be a perceiving one or judging one, either of the two. And slot number one is a perceiving function. Then slot number 4 will also be, and this other one then having the opposite polarity. So if it's, let's say, extroverted intuition as first function, the last one will be introverted sensing, which is the other perceiving function, and in the middle will be the judging ones, thinking and feeling. And now in this case, the first function being extroverted means the second one introverted. Let's say it's thinking. This will be introverted thinking, which is different from extroverted thinking. On the other hand, the feeling function will be extroverted, as is the first one. And they will work together according to this stack. Another example, let's say first function is feeling, introverted feeling. Then this means that the fourth function will also be judging one. So if it's introverted feeling is in the first slot, there will be extroverted thinking in the last one, the inferior function. And the middle two will be sensing and intuition. Let's say in the second slot it's sensing. Now that feeling was introverted, sensing will be extroverted. And in the third slot there's only one alternative. This will be intuition, the other perceiving function, and it will be introverted. You follow? No, you don't, do you? Fuck off. I then suck on this for a while, and I will return explaining more about this, even if you don't care to listen.